Pixels. Come on, you fucking piece of shit.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour.
Yeah, come on, get on.
It's second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Picking him up live now at the 10th. Frank, what have you seen so far in the second round?
I've seen some things that need to be changed, Rich. Fairways are not being hit, greens have been missed, and struggling to get it up and down. That has to change, and it has to change very, very quickly.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, the skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out with a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, one. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a one that was worth 175,000, $175,000. That won him the carryover skin in the skins game.
Oh, no.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Birdie try up next.
Fuck.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11th at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down that left side completely out of play. You can hit it far enough down there, you can get close to this green, but if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, it's called eternity. You're going to find that this hole will play very long.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice, strong breeze.
Fuck's sakes. Oh, no.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Fuck off.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard. Even par, currently.
That's good work. That's a good par right there. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9 on, you're better with the wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up. Tom Weisskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my art.
Looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through. Frank here at the par 4 12th, getting ready for this approach shot. good chance for a 3.
There is. Notice the contours on the green. They sort of slope towards the back and down that left side. So you can actually use that in your favor with this approach.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
That's a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Settles in over the putt.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
Still some time. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. When you break down shots or break down a hole, how would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This becomes a different kind of battle out there today with these strong, gusty winds. Players will have to think, they'll have to take extra club, and this will not be easy. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. Now the approach shot here on this par 5/8. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. Has it, now to 7 under for the tournament. Frank, the 9th hole at 452 yards with that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th.
This one's gonna be fucking difficult.
This is a good-looking shot. Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Now the second shot here at 10. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now on. So yesterday. Beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green, little pitch up there. But even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side. So you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
Right.
Second shot.
Pushing it out, top of the hill. Railroads here.
Frank, downhill shot here. Will he have to take it just a little bit easier?
Yeah, be careful with the ball position as well. If you play the ball too far forward and try and scoop it, it's not going to work.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Trying to make yet another birdie. Wow, I thought he made that.
I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.